What's going on, champions? Welcome back to another episode of Sats and Success. It's time for us to learn and grow, so let's go. It's Saturday, aka Sats on Saturday. So let's dive into a little Bitcoin conversation, shall we? Earlier this week, yet again, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. It almost hit 123,000, and with that happening, there are so many people kicking themselves. So many people saying to themselves, I shoulda, I woulda, I coulda got in at $100,000, $90,000. There's a bucket of people that are really kicking themselves because they didn't take advantage of that pullback in April, a few months ago, when Bitcoin pulled back to 74,000, creating the absolute perfect entry point or an opportunity to stack more sats. Listen, I know what y'all thinking in terms of what I'm about to tell y'all. I know what you're thinking. But what you're thinking I'm about to tell you is not what I'm about to tell you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I told you so. Not going to do it. Now, I have a t-shirt, my nephew, D1 Jones, the Hooper up in Columbus, shout out to him. He bought it for me for my Christmas gift, and I got to wear it. He bought it for me as a Christmas gift. But I'm never wearing that shirt to brag, to boast, and tell you I told you so. I'm not ever going to say that on this channel because we don't beat people down on this channel. This channel is about building people up. This channel is about uplifting people, encouraging people, motivating people. That's what this channel, Sats and Success, is about. I am here to encourage you because it's not too late. Now, you got to stop procrastinating, all right? You got to get out of the stands and get into the game, get onto the field. But it's not too late. We're still very early in this digital asset space. Now, I will tell you, if your goal, depending on your goal, you may be too late. If your goal was to get rich quick, yeah, that train done left the station. You should have got in a long time ago, if that's your goal. But if your goal is to build wealth over a period of time, wealth is a patient man's game. If your goal is to preserve your purchasing power, to make sure that your savings isn't being eroded by inflation, if that's your goal, then this is the perfect opportunity. Because Bitcoin's going to 7, 8, 9, 10x in the long term. I don't know when it's going to happen. I believe, this is my belief, that the year 2030, 5 years away, it's going to come and go just like that. 2030, 2031, we're going to witness some explosive jaw-dropping growth in terms of Bitcoin. But I don't get into all the price predictions, the models, and all of that stuff because just like Michael Saylor said, I believe all your models are broken. I believe all the models out there, I believe they're broken. Michael Saylor said what happened if 10 billionaires announced that they're going to take $1 billion with no shame, they announced this publicly, no shame, and buy Bitcoin. He said all your models are broken. And here's the catch. There are a lot of billionaires that are already buying $1 billion, have already bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. And they'll never tell you. Again, wealth moves in silence. So they're not going to publicly announce it. They're going to buy it, move in silence. They'll keep buying it, and they'll keep moving in silence. It's already happening, and it's going to continue to happen. I guarantee it. Because Bitcoin is an asset that Wall Street, the bankers, a lot of these companies and financial institutions, they came to the party late. This is the first asset ever where retail had the opportunity to front run Wall Street, the bankers, the financial institutions, these big companies. First time ever. And so they got to the party late, but they're making up that stagger by backing the truck up and buying it by the boatloads. They're making the stagger up by flooding you out, by making sure you don't get into this space, by making sure you stay away from it, by making sure that if you got into it, you're shaken out of it. And they've done a phenomenal job. I got to give them credit. I hate to give them credit of once again spreading FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's what's keeping people away from Bitcoin. That's what's got people thinking that Bitcoin is a scam, that Bitcoin is risky. Listen, I met a young lady in line at the Harry Potter ride at Universal Studios on Monday. While we're waiting in line, we're talking a little Bitcoin. She was, I think, about 14 years old, aspiring tennis player from St. Kitts. Intelligent young lady. And she asked, she says, isn't Bitcoin risky? And I smiled and I said, no, it's not. It's actually not. I said, but I'll tell you what is risky. Keeping your money in a savings account where your purchasing power is being eroded 2 to 3% every year, guaranteed, that's risky. That's risky, not Bitcoin. And here's the scary thing. Again, the same people that's spreading this FUD, this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, are the same people at the same time buying all the digital assets, buying all the Bitcoin, buying all the Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano. Same exact people. Jamie Dimon, I'll give you a perfect example. If not one of the best and brightest minds in the banking business. You know what? He is. Jamie Dimon is that dude. But Jamie Dimon was the same guy for years on national television telling people that Bitcoin is rat poison, that if he found anybody within his company transacting in it, he would fire him. And at the same time, his company was buying it. Come on, people. We got to stop letting these big boys play these games over and over and over again. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing. And they're going to keep doing it as long as you allow them to spread that FUD to keep you out of assets that they want to accumulate and hoard all to themselves and then sell to you at an astronomical price later when you finally catch on. See, the same people that say that Bitcoin is a scam or it's risky, I feel sorry for them, because here's what happens. The same people that subscribe to that thinking, that have bought into the FUD, are the same people who haven't even spent any time studying Bitcoin. They haven't taken 8 hours. They haven't even taken and put in a full day's work to study the asset. And you don't have to take 8 full hours. I just use that as an analogy because that's what most of us put in. That's a day's work for most of us. You could take and spread it out over a week and put an hour and 10 minutes into studying Bitcoin. But people don't. The same people, again, that are saying Bitcoin is sketchy or think that Bitcoin is sketchy, a scam, is illegal, is risky, are the same people, I guarantee you, have not put in 8 hours to study the asset. But they got their opinion formed from a person, from persons who are intentionally flooding you out to keep you out of the space. Come on, people, we got to wake up. Bitcoin is the people's money. It's the people's money. This was created for the people, not for the governments, not for the big businesses, not for the institutions who have messed up and broken our monetary system. Bitcoin was meant for us, the people, as an escape. And we are falling back into the same old lies, the same old bull junk we've been sold year after year, decades upon decades. We gotta do some homework, our own homework. Stop listening to what you hear on television. Stop listening to what you hear on the radio. Stop listening to people who've not put in any amount of time studying this asset. Because if you put in 8 hours, I guarantee you're gonna put in 16. And if you put in 16, you're going to put in a little bit more. And by the time you put in a little bit more, you're going to see or start seeing what I see. Start seeing what Bitcoin Bitcoiners see about this asset and what this asset in this digital asset space is about. Stop being fools. Stop being tricked, people. It's time to open up our eyes. As Lynn Alden said, Bitcoin conference, nothing stops this train. So get your ticket, get aboard, because there's a few more stops, and let's create this wealth together. That's all I got for you. As always, we end this channel with this saying: knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. You've been given some knowledge here on today. The question that I have for you is, what are you going to do with this knowledge that you've been given to enrich your life? Hey, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.